All right, the next exercise is the squat. We show the squat with using both a chair and without a chair. You've probably been prescribed one or the other. Most beginners, we stick on the chair first. All right, so with the squat, we want to talk about the setup like we always do. So first thing, feet are about roughly shoulder width apart. If you lack flexibility, you can go a little bit wider than the shoulder if needed. All right, you don't want them to be too narrow. As she squats, you're going to see that her knees will track in the same directions as her toes. She's not going to go knock-kneed, and she's not going to push her knees too far out to the sides. The majority of this movement, especially in the chair, is going to come from the hamstrings and the glutes. A lot of people say squats are bad for your knees. The truth is the squat is a hip movement. We should be using the hip muscles to squat, and that's what we teach by squatting to the chair first. So in squatting to the chair, what you're going to see when she demonstrates is Dr. Anna is going to sit back into the chair, take the weight off of her feet, and rest into the chair, and then drive back out, pushing through her heels, her hamstrings, and her hips. That's where the whole movement is going to come from. So please go ahead and demonstrate a correct one. And driving through her heels to come back up. Very good. And now demonstrate an incorrect one. Notice how much of the movement came from the knees. She's not engaging her hips. So an incorrect one is knee-centric. She's pushing her knees forward and driving too much through her knees. Now show a correct one again. You notice in the correct one, her hips lead the movement, not her knees. Her hips are initiating this movement. So to make this a little bit more challenging, all we do, we simply take away from the chair. Go ahead and show it. So you notice she squats to her range of motion. Come back up and now show one incorrect one. So you notice here, not as much hip, more knee. A lot more knee in that process. So in the squat, it's important to squat to your depth and your range of motion. A lot of people on the internet say you have to squat all the way down to the ground. A lot of people say you have to squat below parallel, but where your hips are below parallel to your knees. The truth is you have to build your own range of motion, and don't try and force it because some guru on the internet tells you that you have to. All right, have fun with the squat.